I heard the bells on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day in the morning. Dzień dobry YouTube, Evie Tommy to another episode of Atticus Eats. And my dear friends, I am so thrilled that I get to officially introduce to you Atticus Eats McDonald's. McDonald's is hands down probably the most requested American fast food joint that has been requested here on the channel by all of you beautiful people here in the comment section. And my dear friends, I also want to just begin by telling you all how much it meant to me to have you all so lovingly and positively respond to my Thanksgiving special that I posted 2 weeks ago now. My dear friends, that really meant a lot to me. That was a day where I got to be very creative. I got to bring you all into my home and share with you my mom, of course, at the very end of the video, but my mom's things, her sweet little knickknacks that she has decorated our home with, her vintage collectibles and antiques, and just to be able to share that with you all, to share my thoughts, to share my feelings of the season, to kind of take time to be reflective with you all. It blessed me very much, and to know that I could be a blessing to all of you, and that there were many who could appreciate and be encouraged and be inspired by my thoughts and what I wanted to share on that video. It really truly meant the world to me, and for that matter, it's also, by me being able to share that, it's actually me being able to share my mom and her mentality and her mindset in many, many, many areas, and obviously, of course, paying homage to her for the amazing childhood she gave me with a whole multitude of Thanksgiving and other holiday celebrations. So, my dear friends, I cannot thank you all enough. Thank you for the beautiful response that you all gave. And I am so thrilled that I get to return here with you all to Atticus Eats. This one is definitely going to be very chill. It's going to be a very, a little bit more of a Christmassy kind of vibe to it, which I'm very thankful for. And it's just such a fun time to be able to be out here with you all again. I took last week off because it was actually Thanksgiving. And so Mom and I, we were wanting to spend time together, and we had a lot going on in real life, but I'm thankful now to get back into my schedule with you all, and hopefully be able to maintain that at least until Christmas time comes along, and I might take another week off then. I'm not sure, but we'll see how things shake out. But we're here now, we're here today, and my dear friends, I am feeling so good. We are getting our chow here, getting the old McDonald's bag. The light is blowing out things, I apologize for that. But what's really cool is McDonald's has a new meal deal, which is cheaper, i.e. the way that food used to cost, but now doesn't, but it is again. Just realized I need to lock my doors. I'm out and about. And anyway, no, so they have a meal deal, and it's either a $5 meal deal or a $6 meal deal. And yes, I just did American Sign Language for $6. Actually, a lot of people don't know, that was my second language in high school. ASL was my second language in high school. So I learned ASL. I actually got to go to a few American Sign Language theater performances, which were absolutely outstanding. Specifically, Flowers for Algernon, which was an absurdly beautiful performance. It made my mom and I weep at how beautiful it was, intermixing spoken language as well as nonverbal language with ASL. It was phenomenal. I wish I could recreate that repeatedly. It was so beautiful. And I believe that was the Deaf West Theater that put that on. So there you go, already get to share some cool stuff with you guys. But little Atticus is starving. I've actually been out and about doing some Christmas shopping today. Mom sent me on an errand because our main loved ones in our life that are within our immediate proximity are my mom and I with each other, because my brother had moved out of state, and so we don't get to spend Christmas with him and with his family. But we do have our dogs who are our family, and we absolutely adore and cherish. So Mom gave me a list of some cool things that she wanted me to go pick up from PetSmart. So I got to go pick up those toys for our pets, our dogs, and that'll be their Christmas present that they get to enjoy this year. And it's so wonderful too, and I've shown the B-roll for this already here at the beginning of the video. But I am so thrilled, and I feel like this is different this year compared to at least the last couple of years. But I'm so thrilled because they have decorated everything everywhere that I go. The strip malls in some form or fashion are decorated for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. It is so getting me into the Christmas season, the Christmas spirit, and even if it's just a little bit of garland and a wreath, it's something, and I'm seeing it everywhere now. And even in this awesome McDonald's, which, by the way, if you saw me doing my chicken Big Mac video, and I said I was going to return to this McDonald's because it's nice and clean in it, this is the exact McDonald's that was the chicken Big Mac video. I'm in this, and actually almost in the exact same parking spot too. It's just a different time of day and angle of the sun. But yeah, it's so wonderful to be back. And inside there, they had it decorated with a beautiful Christmas tree with some faux presents underneath, some beautiful garland over by the cash register area, and some other pinups and stuff. And it just made me so happy to see that, number one, they're even acknowledging Christmas at all, and number two, that they're doing so in a more traditional, like, beautiful, sweet way. And I think that that's so incredibly awesome and neat. And Mom has already decorated the interior of our home for Christmas, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Very, very simple, but like country and English cottage-y is kind of the vibe we were going for. And oh my goodness, my mom just absolutely made it look gorgeous in our home. And it's so beautiful. So anyway, I worked up a hunger going and Christmas shopping. I'm gonna move my extraneous items here so I can have what I've deigned the French fry holder ready to go. There we go. Oh my word. Man, some of the best fries ever. McDonald's French fries. Oh yeah. Big old stack of napkins. More fries tried to escape me. So good. And now the piece de resistance. So, for those of you who don't know, I did not know this. My mom actually was the one, I believe, who first said it to me, because she said that she saw a commercial for it. But McDonald's is currently running an awesome meal deal where for $5 you can do oh yeah, that's what prompted me to talk about American Sign Language, because I did this. For $5 you can get a chicken sandwich, chicken nuggets, fries, and a drink. Or for $6 you can get a burger, which I don't know which one it is. It's a McDouble. And you can get a McDouble burger with fries, a 4-piece chicken nugget, sauce, and then a drink for $6. And with the tax, it ended up being $6.75. And in my head, especially being a relatively shorter, small, petite person, that's a lot of food for $6.75. It's incredible. Like, it is so cool to be able to see that. And I really have fallen in love with the concept of how can we eat well, but for a little, like, not super expensive budget. It's always fun to treat, and we're gonna have more of that as this series of videos progresses. I want to take you guys to a new sushi place I discovered. I want to take you guys to Lazy Dog, where I show you the fried chicken sandwich that I always get there, which to me is the best fried chicken sandwich ever. I want to take you guys to an Italian restaurant I recently discovered, and I want to try for the first time with you all, and other places as they come up. But sometimes this is real. This is something that not only here in America, but all of you guys can relate to. And for me, getting something that's like super cheap, but it will actually make you full. You get a lot of different flavors, you get a lot of different things that you can experience and taste, plus the drink. Man, it really doesn't get better than that. And there'll be other places too that I'll take you guys to, that we can experience that together. But of course I had to get the classic standby, the one and only best McDonald's drink, and that is the good old-fashioned High C Orange Lava Burst from McDonald's. So good. And then we've got here the McDouble. I'm keeping my nuggets in the bag so they stay warm. But right now we've got our McDouble, which, if I'm correct, it's 2 pieces of meat, cheese, pickles, ketchup, and mustard. You can see a little bit of cheese there on the wrap here. Oh my word, let's see. Oh yeah. And it does come with onions, but I decided to go E. coli free and say no onions. I know that was only for a brief period of time and in the middle of the country, but jokes. Yay! Comedy. Anyway, so we've got our hockey puck-sized burger, and let's go ahead and chow down. Friends, hit pause, grab yourself a bite to eat, come back, hit play, let's have some lunch together. Na zdrowie, people. There is a very unique taste to McDonald's hamburger. And man, is that it. They gave me like 4 pickles, dude. Pickles are arguably one of the best parts of a burger. And man, so good. That is hitting all of the spots. We need to combine flavors in our mouth. Warm. Tasty. Salty. So good. What I love about this too is this actually kind of combines all of my history of what I loved eating at McDonald's whenever I go there in one meal. So obviously, you know, outside of this meal deal now, you would have to split some of this up, so you have to kind of choose, what am I in the mood for today, nuggets or fries or a burger or whatever. But when I was little, I was a very, very, very picky eater. And so I mostly subsisted on pizza, mustard sandwiches, and McDonald's chicken nuggets. And really chicken nuggets from any fast food place. But then, obviously, as I've mentioned before, puberty happened, and then all of a sudden I was like, food! Glorious food! And then I began eating and trying a whole bunch of different stuff. And so, you know, it developed where later on, I ended up liking McDonald's hamburgers. And what was actually funny is that I began to have the taste for McDonald's hamburgers because I was in a movie. I will caveat this, that it was before I gave my life to Christ, and it was a movie called An American Carol, and it was directed by David Zucker. Is that right? Yes, he did Airplane. Correct me down below, or I'll put a caption here. But it was directed by David Zucker, and I got to work with Chris Farley's brother, Kevin Farley. And that was a very funny, interesting movie to be able to be a part of. And there was a lot of times, though, where they would direct me to do something, and my mom wasn't aware of what they were having me do, and I would just do it because I didn't know what it meant. And then it made its way into the movie. So if you ever watch it and you're like, huh, why'd he do that? Why does mom have him do that? It wasn't me, and it wasn't mom. Okay? Like, just, we'll establish that. Long and the short of it, there was a lot of barbecue scenes, because it's like a Christmas Carol, but it's for the 4th of July, and actually it was a very pro-American movie, which I loved being able to be a part of, and in that concept of it. And they had us kids who were in the movie eating burgers because it was like, oh, you're eating burgers. And actually that sequence was filmed on the Warner Brothers Ranch, oddly enough. And that was actually the Heck backyard, was the backyard that was used for that movie. This was before I did the middle. I'm just now making a connection. That is very cool. So that's very awesome. Anyway, what they did is they got McDonald's hamburgers, regular plain hamburgers, and that's what they gave us kids to eat in the scene. And so I had to take a bite of it in the movie, and when I did, I go, oh wow, this actually tastes really good. Mom, can I eat these for real? And she's like, of course you can. Here, I'll get you one. So that's actually what began my journey of enjoying McDonald's hamburgers, and that just, you guys helped me to unlock a memory by me being able to just share different things with you all here. That is insanely cool. What is your favorite thing to get from McDonald's, my dear friends? Comment down below. Awesome stuff. Perfect bun, nice and soft. Patties heated all the way through. Cheese is ooey gooey processed cheese food deliciousness. So good. I love that they still have the design on the bags. All right. What was helping me to get into the Christmas spirit on the way up here, and what was really, you know, it feels like a perfectly Christmassy day, despite that it, you know, California, I think, is having a stroke because it says it's 81 degrees out, even though winter is coming. It was so cool because I flipped on the radio here, and I have a Sirius XM radio. That's one of the few things that's like, this is a treat I must have. And I've had Sirius XM, excuse me, for a very long time. This is what got me and Mom through the very long commutes to and from Burbank to record at the Warner Brothers Ranch for the middle. And also we have a CD player in our car, and so I have a CD collection that I would also DJ for us when Mom was driving us. But Sirius XM radio is phenomenal. I love my XM radio, and I love all the different channels that they have to offer. And I like how they'll adjust certain channels for different holidays. Like the Spectrum will change to Green Puke, and it'll be all about St. Patrick's Day rock, you know what I mean, and St. Patrick's Day music. And it's so fun to be able to listen to that. But then also now at Christmas time, you have a bunch of different Christmas stations. So you've got Holiday Traditions, which is like the really, really, really cool old school Christmas music from like the 40s and the 50s and just those classic Christmas tunes. And then Sirius XM The Message, which is the Christian music station, they do a Christmas spirit. And I was able to listen to the For King and Country Little Drummer Boy Christmas special that they always have. And they played that, and that was really cool to be able to listen to. I have really gotten into, like, I love For King and Country's Christmas stuff, as well as some of their other music, of course, and songs and sounds, but I really love their Christmas special. I think it's outstanding. I know that they're doing that new one that's in theaters. I don't know if I'll be able to see it, but regardless of whether or not I can, it's still, the music is still phenomenal. And it's so cool because right when Mom and I had our Thanksgiving dinner, which was actually the video that I shared with you guys, we started to play Christmas music in the house. We don't play Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. And like I had mentioned in my Thanksgiving special, it'll be the night of Thanksgiving dinner that we turn on Christmas music for the first time, and it keeps it special for all of us to enjoy, right? And so, some favorite Christmas songs that I've really been enjoying. I have fallen in love with We Are Messengers, their Christmas music. And it's so interesting. I'm going to make a point about that. My camera is telling me something. Hold on, I'll be right back. I just now, in the past couple weeks since Thanksgiving, I discovered the We Are Messengers Christmas music that they have. And man, I absolutely love the sound that they have. The joy and the reverence they still convey in these worship centered hymns for Christmas, but coupled with this very beautiful melodic Irish Celtic sound, it is absolutely phenomenal. And one of the things I really enjoy is that there are some people, and I'm sure many of you have recognized this too, there are some people who have an accent, beyond an American accent, I should say, and their accent will disappear as they sing, and that happens a lot with like English people, as well as like for King and Country as an example, their Australian accent goes away when they sing. But then there's other people who keep their accent when they sing, and it's incredibly, incredibly beautiful, and it adds to the texture and the character of a piece. And that's what I like about We Are Messengers. That Irish guy who sings, he still has his accent when he sings, and so I feel like it's another layer of artistry that makes their music unique, and I really enjoyed that. Hark the Herald Angels Sing by them, and O Come, O Come Emmanuel by them are two of my absolute favorite sounds that they've made for their Christmas music, which is so awesome. So I am a honey mustard guy at McDonald's when it comes to my nuggets. And so let's go ahead and pop this open here. Open you. Ooh. Nuggets. All parts of chicken used. Wink! Dip like you mean it, friends. Dip like you mean it. It's exactly like the chicken Big Mac, but smaller. So good. What are your favorite Christmas music songs that you're listening to right now, my friends? Type down below. Also, what are your least favorite Christmas songs? Mine would have to be anything by the Jackson 5. Santa Claus is coming to town. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. I will shut off my radio so fast. Like, all of a sudden, I'm athletic when it comes to having that song chime on the radio, whether it be in the car or at home. I have the reflexes that I could take the wings off of a fly when those songs come on. I sucked that meal down like I was a Hoover Deluxe. Holy cow. This was a day where I didn't know how hungry I was till I started eating. Man. Good times, though. One of my favorite songs... One of my favorite songs for Christmas time, period, has definitely got to be O Come, Emmanuel. And there's a lot of different renditions to the song. And I'm curious about this. I'm sure it has something to do with either region, maybe it's the doctrinal teaching of a church that backs a particular worship band, I'm not sure. I noticed that there's different lyrics for every version of O Come Emmanuel that I personally hear. But every single one of them is excellent. My top 3 favorite versions of that song would definitely have to be the For King and Country version. That was a part of the little animatic album that they released on YouTube. I absolutely adore that one. That sends chills through me listening to it. All the different sounds are glorious. I love the For King and the We Are Messengers one. That one is now new and added to my repertoire that I listen to, and I really, really, really love. And then the most recent one that my mom and I discovered last year, and then we got reminded of it this year, is the One for Israel organization. They produced a music video of O Come Emmanuel. And it was these beautiful, beautiful singers that sang O Come Emmanuel. And they sang it in English, in Arabic, and in Hebrew. And listening to them, oh, so beautiful and riveting, and with Jerusalem behind them, such an absolutely gorgeous piece to listen to. It was absolutely breathtaking. And again, I'm so grateful that we are as blessed as we are in this life with being able to listen to music and to be able to know the importance that God ascribes to music, and that He gave us music to be able to enjoy and listen to. And actually use as a means of worshiping Him, I think is so incredibly beautiful. And to be able to experience that and discover new songs and new artists and new groups and new sounds, and even just understanding the range that an instrument can conjure up. It's so exciting. It's so terrifically exciting to listen to and experience. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful time. On that note, my dear friends, let's go ahead. We're going to grab a question from the comment section with all of you amazing people, and that way I can answer it and encourage you all to continue to ask questions. Okay, Mikey Trahant on, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, on YouTube asks, what was it like working on Steven Universe? So for those of you who don't know, Steven Universe was a Cartoon Network show that ran for a period of time. I really don't even remember how long it did. And I got to play a character on that show named P.D. Fryman. And this was really cool because this gave me the opportunity to work at the actual Cartoon Network studio in Burbank. I really don't know if they even record anything there anymore. I don't even know if the studio is residing there anymore. I'm sure it is. But that was an experience and a half because I got to be able to go to a different studio on a somewhat regular basis for a brief period of time and be able to record for the show. Steven Universe was definitely not a show that was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing and this and that, whatever. I would definitely ascribe experiences like that to my DreamWorks work, as well as even more so the Lion Guard. Those were shows where I was one of the main cast members. You know, I got to actually spend a great deal of time speaking with Ford Riley, and then the voice director Kelly, and obviously my castmates and things like that. And there was more of a rapport and a relationship and more of a vested interest in the show. Steven Universe, PD was kind of a guest character, and he was a very fun character because I loved his intellect. He actually showed a lot of intellect and reflectiveness and thought, but the manner in working with those people over at Cartoon Network, it was kind of just like, okay, this is a job. You know, we were cordial with each other and whatever, but there was obviously other castmates that were the main characters, and the show was centered around. And it was funny for me because that was a show where they had me on like 3 or 4 times in the first season, and then once or twice in the second season, and then all of a sudden I never spoke with them again. And then in the very last season, they brought me back and brought back the character, and it was funny because they brought this character back and gave no explanation whatsoever as to the context of his story, other than now magically he owns his own business, and I can't even remember now what the context of it was. He was speaking about some mayor that was in charge of the city, and things were going better for him. And it was funny to see how, like, everybody had grown up from that point. You know, the guy who played Steven, and then all the other characters that are in the show, how they aged and grew up, and when I got the chance to work with them again, that was very funny. And that was very interesting, because it's one of those situations, and this happens a lot with different actors on various projects. You know, you'll have them be an established character in a show. They don't show up again for, like, until the end. And then when they do, then you're kind of like, okay, here, this is what your character's doing now. And you as the actor have to be like, okay, all right, I guess this is what's happening with this character. Cool, I guess. And that was that situation for me. So that's always funny. And that's something to think about, you guys. If ever you see callbacks to, you know, well, I'm thinking of a prime example where, like, here, Gladiator and Gladiator 2. I actually just recently saw the sequel. That was a situation where they brought back Lucilla, her character, and it was the same actress who played her. And just imagine, you know, that first movie was 20 years ago? More than that, 24 years ago? I was 2 when the first movie came out, or 1. And now she's reprising a role after that much time. You know, imagine just the place you have to put yourself in order to achieve that, right? And how must one feel? And the other thing, and this will be the last thing I say about Gladiator 2, it was actually really cool. I got to go to a theater that I haven't been to, my mom said, since Frankenweenie. And because we went to go see Frankenweenie because I was in that at this particular theater. And they changed it so drastically where now this theater has the recliner seats that you can lay back in while you watch your movie, and you have your own, like, airliner table and cup holder, so you can actually put your food in front of you and watch the movie and be stretched out and relaxed. And that was a treat and a half for me, because I have never been in a theater like that, ever. So to be able to experience that tickled me pink, and it was really, really, really cool to be able to discover what that was like. But then, in addition to that, it was funny to me because they literally used all of the exact same locations that they used in the first movie. And it almost felt like, cool, we made a movie, now we've dropped off a bunch of tourist attractions in Madrid, or wherever it was that they filmed the movie. And then now, 24 years later, oh, we're gonna need those tourist attractions again, we're gonna film another movie here. And it was literally all of the exact same places, exact same Colosseum, exact same Rome, you know, Colosseums, plural, I should say. You know, it was very interesting how that transpired. So, a lot more brutal than the first movie. I'm glad I watched it. I'll never watch it again, though, I think. That's my impromptu movie review for you all. But yeah, the point of that was, imagine reprising a role after a long time, and you're like, where are they now? And it's, okay, there it is in the script. It's always better when producers, writers, and directors actually talk you through stuff and, like, explain things. When they don't, it's definitely more of a challenge for an actor, but, you know, you figure out how to make do, and, you know, there's that. Mikey, thank you so much for your question. Dear friends, if you have any questions for me about anything, life, you know, hobbies of mine, work, whatever it may be, music I'm interested in, whatever it may be, how do I take my coffee, please be sure to write your question down in the comment section below, as well as answer all of my questions that I posed to you all today. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear what you have going on in your homes and in your lives right now. And also, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and please be sure to share this video on all of your social media. It greatly helps me and helps to get all of the videos in front of more like-minded people. Also, if you would be so kind, please be sure to check out the links that I have in my description bar below. I have a link to my Twitch channel, and I go live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's a great place if you're a Christ follower and or a nerd and you want to just have some good, wholesome fellowship. Please be sure to make a Twitch account. It's totally free to you. Follow me on Twitch, also totally free to you, and please join us on one of the live streams. We'd love to have you there. Please be kind and obey the rules, though. And it's a great means of fellowshipping and being able to kind of just hang out and have fun with video games sort of being the focus, but it's really secondary to the fellowship and the community that's there. And I have been playing some different games recently, which I've really loved, as has my community. We've just started Uncharted 4, which in my opinion is the best in the series. It's so incredibly good. I love it. And I've also just recently begun playing Hollow Knight, which is a very, critically acclaimed, independent-ish game that came out several years ago. I'm only just now playing it for the first time, and it actually is very intriguing. It's definitely different than what I'm used to, but it's fun in that regard. And then also we are playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on Saturdays as well, so that's a very fun time. So if you want to come hang out, please do. We'd love to have you. Also, please be sure to check out the link to my Cameo page down below in the description box below. I do have a Cameo, and now that we are out of Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and Hanukkah is quickly approaching, if you would, I would love to have you allow me the opportunity to take part in your family's celebrations, and being able to make your family's celebrations and gift giving extra special. Book me for a personalized video shout out for yourself or your loved ones. It would be my pleasure to be able to do so for you, and it goes a long way in supporting me and the work that I do on both of my channels. And again, I would greatly appreciate being able to take part in your celebrations with you. So consider booking me on Cameo down below. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I had a blast with you, as I always do, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. God bless you always. Do widzenia.
I just want a great life, something where I feel like I just didn't waste time, something I look back and say that was a great time, 'cause man, I just hate when the years pass by the way